I'm sorry. I thought I scheduled it for past, but I scheduled it for 15:15. I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry. Yeah. Lucas, Ashley, I've seen you in chat as I just loaded up stream we had in the last few minutes. Sorry, it said 7:15 on it instead of 7:30, and absolutely just shat myself. I don't know how I managed that, but I did. I just forgot what time I scheduled it for. I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a struggle. But it's been a long day. I've been out in town all day doing all sorts. Suit shopping, booking holidays, the lot. It's been difficult. It's been long. It's been very long, very boring. And yeah, I was ready in time for 15:15. I just forgot that. I'd scheduled it for then. Oh my god! Right. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? What's chat up to? Yeah. If throughout the stream people want to drop in, there's the link. We'll do all predicted teams and predicted scores and stuff at the end. So if you want to hang around for that, you can do. I'm basically just going to try and rattle through this as quickly as possible. We're in a better situation than we were last week. Lucas says, why is it just a black screen? Let me check what this is. Is my camera supposed to be... Is my camera off? For me, it's fine. But let me have a look. Oh, yeah. Where's my camera off? It's turned on my screen. Is that better? It's turned on. It was turned on. It was turned on my screen. No, it's still black. It's still black. Has settings. Right. Let's change that back over. And see, is that better? I've just changed some settings. There we go. You can see me. You can see me. I don't know what was going on because it was showing exactly what you're seeing on my screen, but it wasn't relaying that for you. That's odd. But then I just switched my webcam source and then switched it back. My God. So yeah, you've just watched me apologising, saying, oh, sorry it's late, with not actually seeing my face. How are we doing, everybody? I've got a hat on because, well, look what's going on at the back of my head. I only had my hair cut last week, and it's already gone mental. I might need to pop back and see my barber tomorrow, see if she can fix it up a little bit. But anyway, we're here now. That's the main. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just want to check. Can you all hear me? Just to be clear. Just to be clear. Just want to check. Can you all hear me? It's working when I bring it up on my phone, so we'll assume so. Who am I voting for in the Player of the Year? I voted for Sean McLaughlin. But there's plenty of players who can win it. I think Keno will probably win it because, popular choice, and a lot of the people who vote won't be members, so won't watch every single game. And Smallwood's another one. Lucas, you're completely correct. Smallwood is up there. Honeyman's up there. Ingram or Baxter are probably up there as well. You could argue that Greaves in the second half of the season, I think he's come on leaps and bounds from where he was at the start. So, yeah. Interesting. I'm trying to look for something which I saw earlier about that Player of the Year vote. There it is. I found people on Instagram were saying Aliyah, but little did they know they have to play 20 games. Now, a lot of people have said that'll just be the Iranian fan base, because I don't see how someone can be supporters Player of the Year when they've started 3 games. So, I think that'll just be the Iranian fans who love the fact that we've got Aliyah on board. No dig at Lucas A. Surprised Smallwood's up there. To be fair, see what you mean. Because last season he just sort of existed. He's still doing the same job he did do, but it's becoming more noticed now, which is why I think Smallwood is up there. He's up there more than what he was last year. Merhaba, Batikan, merhaba. I am too. People like him don't usually get... Yeah, because he's a CDM. He does the job. And a lot of people, don't get the recognition. How you doing, Max? All right. I found the replies. Ashley, can't say that. You can't say that. Anyway, Smallwood for me, criminally underrated and slated by some who don't understand his role in the team, from Jamie Turnbull. To which Lee Walker said used to be the same with Ashby years ago. No Syed Manesh, there's a cry. Voted, but oddly no Fleming. To which Craig Bell replied, had to play 20 league games or more. I voted Paul McShane, as I do for every season. Greaves, probably unpopular, but Smallwood for me. Smallwood or Greaves, easy. Voted for McLaughlin. I think he's had a great season and he's most improved too. But Smallwood, Fleming, Greaves and KLP have all done well this season too and deserve a special mention. Done, McLaughlin for me. Greaves for me. No Fleming, but voted KLP. No Fleming, but Elder was in the options. Has to play 20 games in the small print. Fleming's on 14. Lewis Potter, KLP, and I can't see what this person said. So, yeah, and there was something on Hull City stats, which they did this season. Unsung hero, win of the season, flop of the season, goal of the season, player of the season, sign of the season, most improved player, academy products of the season. To which I went for Alfie Jones was my unsung hero. I think he gets slated a lot, but recently he's been absolutely quality. And he was the same at the start of the season. Win of the season, I went for Blackburn at home. It was either that or Barnsley away, I think. But I think Blackburn, because the takeover had happened, an hour and a half before kick-off. The owner was unveiled on the pitch. There was such a feel-good factor around the club. Yeah, I think that's got to be the one. Flop of the season was Matt Smith. To be fair, based on expectation, I think Doherty's up there. He's not been the same as he was last season. But Matt Smith, he just never really managed to put his place down in the team. And when he did, he just sort of ran around doing nothing. My goal of the season, I went for Lewis Potter's first versus Peterborough. It just fell to him 25 yards from goal and he hit it right in the bottom corner. Another one up there is Longman's against Everton. I know a lot of people will have picked that. Player of the season, Honeyman. Sign of the season, I've gone for Ryan Longman at the moment. But I've said their signing of the season will probably turn out to be Syed Manesh in the long run. If we can get him permanently. And I think Longman was better when he was on loan. But yeah, sign of the season, I think it'll be Aliyah in the long run. But for now, it's Ryan Longman and you can't judge Aliyah fully yet. Most improved player of the season, Sean McLaughlin. I knew Sean was decent, just not this good. Then Academy Product of the Season, Brandon Fleming. I'm not sure if that's meant as in the fresh player to come out, in which case I think I'd have gone for Josh Hines or Macaulay Snellgrove or Will Jarvis. But if we're thinking players who've impressed who have come out of the academy, Keane's the obvious one, but I think Fleming, who's come in since Jota took over, has been brilliant. Let's have a look at what people have said. Lennon said Jacob Greaves was unsung hero, win of the season Blackburn, flop of the season Doherty, goal of the season Longman, player of the season McLaughlin, sign of the season Regan Slater, most improved Smallwood, academy products of the season Fleming. Jarvo said unsung hero Adjun, win of the season Blackburn at home, flop of the season Ehab, goal of the season Longman versus Everton, player of the season Fleming, signing of the season Adjun. I think that's quality. Most improved player McLaughlin, academy products Fleming, unsung hero Smallwood, win of the season Bournemouth away, flop of the season Monker, goal of the season Longman versus Everton, player of the season McLaughlin, sign of the season Baxter, most improved Fleming, academy product KLP for Joel Robinson. For Jamie Turnbull, unsung hero was Smallwood, win Bournemouth away, flop Doherty, gone downhill massively, goal Longman versus Everton, player of the season Greaves or KLP, signing Baxter or Slater, in most improved Fleming, academy Fleming. You can look through this thread all yourself and see what people have said, but yeah, that's for me. That's what I've said. You can't say there's nothing to recognise about Smallwood. Come on, Ashley. And my favourite City player, Jacob Greaves. Reason being, interview, baby. Joke like this, but I think McLaughlin's our best centre-back. To be fair, I agree. Sean is brilliant. I think Richie's getting recognised more. I think the reason Richie's getting recognised more is because we've seen what happened with him not in the teams. People know what he does now. Yeah, exactly. All players who signed permanently from a loan will be worse. Because on loan, they're pushing for the first team at the normal team. Good point. Person who said most improved Smallwood is wrong because the best he's played was the promotion with Blackburn. Coming from the family. Right, team news. Randell Williams' knee and Josh Emmanuel illness are Hull City's only absentees. Randell Williams has been in full training this week. And Shotter expects to have him involved in either in one of the two games after this at Bristol City or at Forest. But he says he won't be in for this one, which is a shame because Randell, quality. But do I see where he can fit in for this place? I don't know. I've been making thumbnails for the transfer window today. Let me find them. Signings, 22-23 summer arrivals. This is so far what we've been linked with, folks, for the summer that I've made thumbnails for anyway. So Ryan Babel is one that we've been linked with by Turkish media again. Baxter, if he's permanent. Bernard, if he's permanent. We'll come back to Arakovic in a minute because I've got something to say about that, which has come out today. Force and Walsh in case they come permanently as well. Ozil was a link, which won't happen. We've got to be prepared just in case. Aliyah, again, I think him coming permanently is pretty much a done deal. So yeah, I'm ready for that. Tossun, Adrian said he wanted a striker over 30 who can score goals. Tossun's out of contract at Everton. This is just me connecting the dots. For me, it makes sense. Adama Traore, not the Wolves and Barcelona one. The Hatay Spor one from Mali. We've been heavily linked with him over the last couple of days. The journalist from Turkey who broke the news about Syed Manesh initially and broke the news about McCann's departure initially has broken the news about Adama Traore coming to us on a free when his contract at Hatay Sport ends at the end of the season. Shotter was asked about it. He just didn't mention anything, which is fair enough. Been linked with Ozan Tufan today as well from Turkish media. He was on loan at Watford at the start of this season. Him and Mesut Ozil are the two from Fenerbahce who have been just discarded because they don't get along with the manager. And then Mia Jacques was another one who we're linked with in January and we're getting linked with again. But this guy, Strahina Irakovic, plays for Red Star Belgrade, centre-back. According to reports, we have had a bid in the region of around €4 million rejected by Red Star Belgrade. for this guy. What he's all about, don't really know. The journalist who I'm talking about, by the way, about the Adama Traore stuff. This guy, he said we've reached an agreement with him, and he plays for Hatayspor at the minute. It will be a 3-year deal, because he's out of contract. We don't have to pay a transfer fee. But yeah, according to the 72, and according to another source somewhere, Mozart Sport, we have had a €4 million bid rejected for Red Star Belgrade centre-back Strahinja Irakovic. He is, I think, 24 years old. A young Swiss centre-back. Strahinja Irakovic. Oh no, he's Serbian. 21 years old. Plays a centre-back for Red Star Belgrade. Played against Rangers in the Europa League earlier this season. What's 1.84 meters in feet? He's just over 6 foot tall. So what, he's 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. He's bang on 6 foot. I think he's about half an inch over 6 foot, if my maths is right. So yeah, some stuff is getting lined up for the transfer window. How far we get, I don't know. And here's the rumour, by the way, talking about Ozan Tufan. There, he spent half this season on loan at Watford, and yeah, it's going to be a long summer with a lot of rumours. And there's the original tweet. Special Ozan Tufan. He's been recalled by Fenerbahce now. He's going to go on loan to Hull City. That says. There's Baxter as well, the Yorkshire Post. West Brom are also looking at signing Baxter. There's Moyes, who was scouting Keane Lewis Potter at Millwall. I assume he'd have been wanting to watch Deshaun Bernard as well. Thomas Frank was there at the same time, as was Tottenham's scouting guru. Birmingham want to get Malik Wilkes, as do Peterborough. And there's David Moyes and Thomas Frank watching Lewis Potter at Millwall. Mike White said about Adama Traore, Hull City Vice Chairman Tan Kessler confirmed to Mike White at Radio Humberside, he's on the interest list, but the priority is to negotiate with our own players whose contracts are ending. Yeah. So as you can see there, this was on the 18th, reached an agreement for Adama Traore. And yeah, as this says here, is the reliable source who broke the Syed Manesh move to City and Grant McCann's departure. It's going to be a very long summer. We don't know quite what will happen, but even during my GCSEs, I can just sit down for 2 minutes and take you through a sign. It doesn't take me long to upload it. We'll be all right. Had to rub that in about Traore. What, the fact that he's not the Barcelona one? Yeah, I did have to. Did I? Yeah, I just had to make clear. Lucas would like Randall Williams at left wing back. No Fleming. Lucas Smallwood. Randall Williams on his weak side over Brandon Fleming. Okay. In summer, I won't spend anything on keeper. Ingram, Cartwright, Robson are all good enough for the role, and they'll play in the team. To be fair, I agree. Whether we keep Ingram or Baxter, or it's both. I wouldn't mind seeing Cartwright get a chance as number 2. There's only so long someone like Cartwright can sit around and be number 3. You know, when he's knocking about the England youth teams, he'll want to get out there, want to get playing games. I know Adjun's priority said he wanted a goalkeeper, but tie Ingram down if we can get Baxter back, sure. And if not, Cartwright's an option. Robson's very good as well. Randell Williams. Is Randell Williams left-footed? Is he left-footed? I'm double-checking this. Yes, he is. He is left-footed. He is left-footed. But, mate, I still want Brandon Fleming. Fleming there. Yeah, right. Just to be clear, I wouldn't drop Fleming. I'd sub him on. That's still dropping him, though. That's still dropping him, Lucas. Oh, you just love getting yourself in hot water, don't you, Lucas? Anyway, ref watch then. We're going to power through a bit of this now. Ref watch. The referee is Tim Robinson. The 2 liners are Nigel Lugg and Andrew Fox. The 4th official is Matthew Donoghue. And we're going to go straight on to stats then, where against Millwall, as my tabs got stuck, it's not loading, which is always fantastic. There we go. Right, let's go. Let's have a look at this then. To be fair, in the first half against Millwall, we were pretty good. It's, for me, some of the best attacking football we've played all season. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, then the second half, the jammy goal at the start was just meh. And then the second goal, what was McLaughlin doing? And Greaves even gave Bradshaw an extra half a yard, didn't he? But it is what it is. More possession. Millwall had more shots. That sounds about right. That does sound about right. And as always, we are giving away a lot of fouls. I'll come to chat in just a moment. But let's have a look at Reading's team. They tend to play a 4-4-2. Orjan Nyland has been in goal the last few weeks. Tom Holmes was the goal scorer against us when we played them earlier in the season. Baba Ratman's on loan from Chelsea. Can you believe he's still there? God. Terrell Thomas was someone we were looking at in the summer. Alan Halilovic. God. My God. How the mighty have fallen. Tommins, another one. He wants a City player, of course. Danny Drinkwater on loan from Chelsea. Tom Deli-Bashir, who's a good player. Brandon Barker, formerly in Man City. Josh Laurent starts up front for them, I do believe. Junior Hoylett as well, another former big name. John Swift, out of contract at the end of the season. Started the season really well. As did Reading before the points deduction and everything going to pot. So he could be one a lot of championship clubs are sniffing around. Then up top, Lucas Wow, formerly of Sheffield Wednesday, Yaku Mete, and they've got Pushkas. Manager at the moment is Paul Ince for them. So interesting. Let's come to chat then. You give Randell a chance. I love that, Will. Just to bite back. Oh, God. Joking. Will, get out. Oh, have you seen Luke Bennett's lives? Where they say, oh, yeah, Martin Skirtle's in your freezer. What would you do? And while there, it's just like a picture of him photoshopped next to like Hitler or someone. And all sorts of despicable stuff. And he's just so oblivious. It's... Yeah. Is there any wonder he stopped doing them now? Then Simple Simon's lives are quality as well. Cal the Dragon on there saying he shags a cushion. Oh yeah, I think he'd back in the day. What? Yeah, I just did it to a cushion. Then there's Aaron Hunt staring the pot. I love Aaron Hunt. Aaron Hunt's brilliant. Aaron Hunt's brilliant. I don't know what it is about him. I think just because he's a normal bloke, it's brilliant. I love what I like about Aaron Hunt is he was on live with Simple Simon. He stood there in his fridge. Simple Simon's got red milk because he's allergic to all the rest of the stuff. And he says, "What's that?" He brings it to the camera, sees it's red milk, and calls him. He just says, "That confirms you're a nonce." Red milk. God. Wow. Straight guy. Get in straight off. Mikel Antonio, he's the captain of this team. He's got the beat in the Premier League. He's got the beat in world football. He's got the biggest on the planet. Oh, man. Yeah. Football TikTok is something else. Football TikTok is something else. Then you've got Astrid and El Brook having a scrap in the bloody smoking area in a nightclub in Portsmouth. Yeah, they're just. It all started from a ginger kid playing football against garden gnomes in his garden. Oh my god. Yeah, Ashley's right. Ooh, red milk. Yeah. Max likes Baxter. Max likes Baxter. That's quality. That's quality. Right, current form now then. Let's have a quick little gander at our form. Our last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3-0 defeat against Luton, then 1-0 defeat against Huddersfield. 2 wins on the bounce against Middlesbrough and against Cardiff, then defeat away at Millwall. 3 games left for us. Reading, Bristol City and Nottingham Forest. I can confirm Bristol City away I am doing. So, yeah. That'll be a match day vlog. It's not going to be edited to the same standard because I just have to edit on my phone. I can't have multiple overlays at once. Like I have the first half graphic in the bottom left, the scoreboard in the bottom right, that sort of thing. It's going to be a bit bodge jobbed, that vlog. Just so I can get it out while I'm, at a decent time and I'm not editing it when I get back at about 11:30 in the evening from Bristol. Yeah, and then Reading's current form, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1-1 draw against Barnsley. Then they beat Stoke City 2-1. Lost 2-1 to Cardiff. Then beat Sheffield United 2-1. Then that mental 4-4 draw last time out in the 95th minute goal from Tom McIntyre, which relegated Derby County. It's mental. It's mental. Big Willie by name. Willie by nature. What's my starting 11? We'll come to that. We'll come to that in just a bit. How you doing, Flex UK? How's life, mate? Then if we look across at the league table, then you will be able to see that Barnsley are in fact relegated. No, Barnsley aren't relegated. Derby are relegated. Barnsley stayed safe for a little bit due to the virtue of having a game in hand. But Huddersfield have just gone 1-0 up against Barnsley. Jordan Rhodes scored the goal. They're 11 minutes into that game. And as things stand, Barnsley will be relegated to League One if results stay as they are. I'll refresh that. And yeah, as things stand, Barnsley are going down. And for us and Reading, both of us are pretty much safe. Although if we can beat Reading, it might still keep Grant McCann's Peterborough in the race, which I would quite like to see, because Grant, to have kept them in the race for survival for this long, mate, respect. Moving on to around the grounds, I'll keep that league table tab open next to me so that I can see the implications at the moment. So we know Barnsley are going down. We know Derby are already relegated. If well, if Barnsley's result stays as it is at 1-0 at the moment. But Peterborough United face Nottingham Forest. It'll be tough. But if they can win and we beat Reading, that puts them on 37 points, which is 4 points behind Reading with 2 games to go. And it's possible. However, if Peterborough lose, the gap will stay at 7 points with 2 games to go. Regardless of Reading's result, they will be relegated. It's unlikely that they'll stay up, but Grant has kept them in the race for a lot longer than many thought that he would. And he'll have a rebuild season next year in League One. And to be honest, I think Grant will bring that Peterborough team straight back up. So, and their goal difference as well is terrible. Their goal difference is terrible. They just can't score goals. I think they're the third lowest goal scorers in the entire division. They've scored 1 more goal than us. We've scored 37. They scored 38. Barnsley are the league's lowest scorers on 31. But the goals, Peterborough have conceded 83. Reading conceded 82. Birmingham have conceded 70. Bristol City 74. Cardiff 64. Derby have conceded 49. Barnsley 63. Our goals conceded stat isn't too bad. It's similar to that of Stoke in mid-table. Swansea, we've conceded 10 less goals than Swansea. We've conceded less goals than Coventry, QPR. It's similar to Huddersfield, to Luton, to Sheffield United, Blackburn, Middlesbrough. But we just can't. If we can sort out putting it in the net, we'll be fine. Anyway, around the grounds on Championship Matchday 44, Huddersfield Town are currently beating Barnsley 1-0. I'll refresh the page. It's still 1-0 at the moment. The early kickoff tomorrow, Saturday, is Luton Town versus Blackpool. The 3 o'clock kickoffs are West Brom versus Coventry, Swansea versus Middlesbrough, Stoke versus QPR, Sheffield United versus Cardiff, Peterborough versus Nottingham Forest, Hull City versus Reading, Derby County versus Bristol City, AFC Bournemouth versus Fulham in second versus first, and Birmingham City versus Millwall. And then it's the 25th Monday. The 25th is Monday, and at 7:30, Preston face Blackburn. So we've gone through all the implications for Peterborough staying up or going down as well. Tiger Ball would like to see Huddersfield start tomorrow. Barnsley are indeed getting relegated tonight. Barnsley do get battered everywhere they go. I want Peterborough to stay up as well, actually, I agree. We already did a bad job with Derby Leeds, a 15-point deduction. I disagree because, I disagree. Luke! He can't stay, but he'll come see me at half-time. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'll let you. I might have to put on to the West Stand and see someone, though. I'll let you know. Just need Terry to join now. Yeah, we do. Oh, he's Lucas hasn't been about recently. What's he up to? What's he doing? If I see him tomorrow, I shall be having words. Memorable match. This one comes from the 6th of April 2019 where we beat Reading 3-1. They took the lead through Lewis Baker, then 2 goals from Kamil Grzycki, split by a goal from Mark Pugh, gave us a 3-1 win with Nigel Adkins as our manager. Our team that day was David Marshall in goal, back for Todd Kane at right back, Eric Lehigh at left back, 2 centre-backs, Jordi Device and Reece Burke. It was in central midfield, Marcus Henriksen, the captain, and Jackson Irvine, with Jared Bowen on the right, Kamil Grzycki on the left, and Mark Pugh starting behind Fraser Campbell. Our bench was George Long, the goalkeeper, Kevin Stewart, Evandro, Dan Batty, Robbie McKenzie, Chris Martin, and Liam Ridgewell. Nigel Adkins, as I say, our manager at that time. The last time we played these two sides met was on the 4th of December last year. Reading scored just before half-time through Tom Holmes. And then Malik Wilkes scored a fluky long-range effort to make it 1-1 with Grant McCann as our manager. The team was Nathan Baxter in goal, a back three of Jacob Greaves, Sean McLaughlin and Deshaun Bernard, Ryan Longman on the right, Keane Lewis-Potter on the left, and midfield three of Smallwood, Doherty and Honeyman, Josh McGuinness and Malik Wilkes started up top together. The bench was Matt Ingram, Callum Elder, Andy Cannon, George Monker, Randall Williams, Tyler Smith and Tom Huddleston. And as I said, with Grant McCann in charge. And the record between these two sides, on City's side anyway, we've won 18 games against them, drawn 20 and lost 18 games against them. Our recent record, in the last 5, we've won 2, drawn the last 2 times we've played them. And the very first of those 5 was a 3-0 defeat away at Reading at what was then the Medeski Stadium on the 22nd of September 2018. Shared shirts now then, and today we have my, well, I was going to say possibly, most definitely my favourite ever player to put on a Hull City shirt, David Myler. I'm trying to get something cooked up between myself and David Myler for a video in the off season after my exams. How that's going to work, I don't know. There's kind of a middleman who trying to connect things up, but sitting down and getting to know David Myler is my absolute dream. He is my favourite footballer of all time. For us, we signed him in November 2012, initially on loan until the 1st of January 2013 under Steve Bruce. On that day, we snapped him up immediately on a permanent deal, and we never looked back. Before he left us, as his contract ran out, and the Alams didn't want to give him a new one at the end of 2018, the 2017-18 season, after our first season back in the Championship after relegation from the Premier League. 181 appearances in black and amber for David Myler, 16 goals. He left us and joined Reading. That only lasted a season before his contract was terminated and he retired. 5 appearances, no goals, and was shipped out on loan to Coventry for a little bit of that time. Right then, if anybody wants to drop in time to give their predicted score on that link, they can. Where in the west, south or north? More towards the south. Jacob hasn't been in for ages. What do you mean about which Jacob are we talking about? Jacob. Remind me. It's just slipped my mind. Watch Lucas about to dish David Myler. Is the other Tiger pot? I was chatting to Ethan yesterday. Oh, exotics. Yeah. I just didn't know him by his first name. I was chatting to Ethan yesterday, and we've both just sort of pushed it to a side because this year it's been busy for both of us year 11. I've still kept on with my usual content. I've done less extra videos. Like, I was going to do one of those, like, where are the players from sort of thing, the distance from the MKM Stadium, which I just didn't end up doing because revision and stuff. The plan initially for this season was to try and do it as often as we could. As it turns out, we've not done it at all. But I think next season, if Ethan still wants to do it, it'll be back. If not, and I'm still up for it, which I will be, it might be a bit of a different show where it's a lot more just discussion based, of me giving my opinions, maybe different people on giving their opinions every week. Something like that. I don't know. I've not fully thought it out yet, and I will think it out. Probably on the 25th of June, after my exams are finished. But yeah. It wasn't something I directly brought up with Ethan. It was just conversation. And to be fair, I've not messaged him much about it at all. So a lot of the responsibility lies on me. And, we had guests in the pipeline, which just didn't come off. Like, James Berry, before he left, he was one we were trying to get. I messaged Ollie Green. Josh Hines was another one. It just didn't materialise. But it's something I'd like to bring back because, well, there's a lot of City podcasts about now. There's a lot. And when we started it, there was only one or two. I think there was City Australia. Amber Nectar was still knocking about. But I think that was it. In fact, no, Amber Nectar had just finished because I had Matthew Rudd on. It was just me because Ethan couldn't make it because Matthew couldn't do after school because he had other commitments. So it was me and Matthew in a computer room on a lunchtime in school. Yeah, it might. So we were one of two at the time. Of course, now we've had Tigers, blah, 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 with Luke and Rich, which I've been on. To Hull and Back is another one, another really good one. Wise Men Say's come about. Yeah, there's a lot now. There's a lot. I know there's a couple thinking about starting one. There's HCAFC Hub knocking about now as well with Ben Farabee and Tom Griffin. I am trying to see if I can see any more. If I'm missing any. I don't think I am. I think there will be others that I just don't know of, and I could search for hours and wouldn't be able to find them. But yeah, I'd like to bring it back. Right. Ashley, have you got a predicted team ready? Just give me a nod. Ashley has. Okay. Ashley, then, we shall change the banner and come to you. How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. So, thoughts heading into this one
then? Like predict a team.
Well, give us your opinions about the game. Then your predicted team. Then predicted scores. Once we've gone into that at the end.
Okay. I think it'll be a hard match. I don't think this is one that we're going to be able to easily win or
just wipe. We won't be able to wipe the floor with them, will we?
No, absolutely not. I think probably a draw, but yeah, I think it'll be hard, but I think we won't lose.
Okay. Ashley, then what is, as Lucas has said, I bet Smallwood isn't in Ashley's team.
He's not in my wanted team, I'll tell you that.
Oh, tell the world your
predicted team. I think he's going to let Ingram back in because he put Baxter in against Millwall and that didn't go too well. So, yeah. I mean, I didn't watch the match, so I don't know if it was Baxter's fault, but...
No, Baxter made a couple of good saves. He played really well, I think.
Yeah, I prefer Baxter over Ingram, personally. But I think Ingram will be let back in. The same back three of Greaves, Jones and McLaughlin. Mm-hmm. In the midfield... win backs. I forgot those. Sorry, I didn't write it down. I think Fleming will be left wing back. On the right, probably Kyle, unless is he injured?
No, Kyle's still fit.
Okay, I'm used to him being injured.
I think Shotter just didn't want him. Didn't want him playing 2 games in 3 days with his injury record.
Yeah, good point. So Kyle on the right back, Honeyman, Lewis Passer behind the striker as always, and then the striker is going to have to be Eliar.
Alaya. Rate it. I rate it very, very highly indeed. My predicted team then in shotters 3-4-3. In goal, I've gone for Matt Ingram. Centre backs Jacob Greaves, Alfie Jones, and Sean McLaughlin. Right wing back Coyle. Left wing back Brandon Fleming. In central midfield, Richie Smallwood, the captain, and Regan Slater. On the right, George Honeyman. On the left, Keane Lewis Potter. And up top, Alaya Syed Manesh. The bench, Nathan Baxter, Greg Doherty, Tom Eaves, Ryan Longman, Tom Huddleston, Deshaun Bernard, and Marcus Force. I'm going to say, I think the reasoning that Baxter came in and Elder came in was just because I think Shotter wanted to use the squad a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because
I just realised I left out the two central midfielders. I'm not good at this. I'll say Slater and... I would say Smallwood, but I'm going to say Huddleston just to annoy Lucas.
This is directly to Ashley. What don't you like about Smallwood? Oh!
He's your uncle. That's why I don't like him.
Fleming's better than Elder 100%, and Lucas agrees. I saw Lucas before the game the other week.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
It was exactly a week ago. I saw him. He was just walking in with what I assume was some family. And yeah, you were very optimistic, Lucas, and rightly so. We ended up beating Cardiff. But I tell you what, I very rarely see Richie Smallwood drive in, unless he manages to drive in when I'm chasing Keane Lewis Potter around to the other side of the stadium in his car. So, but yeah, I never see him come in. Never, ever see him come in. I know where his parking spot is. Same with Honeyman. They're parked right next to each other. I never, ever see them drive in.
I don't know why, but it feels weird that you know exactly where they park.
Well, that's just weeks of being there.
I suppose so.
I mean, I know what a lot of the cars look like as well. Greaves, he's not got a big bulky Mercedes SUV, but he's got a Mercedes. Keane Lewis Potter's got like a Mercedes SUV thing. Monk has got a bright red Jaguar.
The Allams car was a Jaguar, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only car I know.
Adjan comes in on his minibus now.
Yeah.
Do I know? I don't know the number plates. No, I don't know the number plates.
Why are you asking for the number plates? That seems suspicious to me.
That's odd, considering you have access to the players pretty much whenever you want, Mr. Smallwood. Just read the back of your uncle's car, mate. Right, should we come to Dean? Dean, what's your predicted team and predicted score for the game tomorrow?
Nottingham then, but same but I took out Como, they put Fleming back in and Ryan Longman.
And Longman stays in. Interesting.
Ryan Ness, then Keeper and then Honeyman. 3-0.
3-0. You're a confident man, Dean. You're a confident man.
That is ambitious, as I call it.
Lucas says not the number plate, the number of the parking spot. I don't know then.
That's even weirder.
I don't know that.
Could just imagine Josh Newman getting out of his car and then Lucas just standing there.
Just Tom Eaves climbing out of his car. I know the number of this parking spot.
Just Tom Eaves pulls in, sees Lucas there. Right, I'm going to crawl out the back so he doesn't see me.
Just climbs out the boot. Then
I'd pay money to see that.
I know there are numbers on the floor of the parking spaces. There are everywhere. But yeah, I don't know the specific details of the parking spots.
Yeah.
I know that Keane Lewis Potter's is right outside Tiger Leisure, and Jacob Greaves is right outside my turnstile.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be cool if Adjan would because it would be cool if he flew in a private helicopter and just landed right on the pitch.
Well, what I think he'll eventually end up doing is he'll get sick of paying all those £2.50s to get across the Humber Bridge. So I think what'll happen is he'll fly to Humberside, he'll have a helicopter waiting there, and then he'll get a helipad made at the stadium where he can land his helicopter and just walk through.
Yeah, that would actually be a good idea. I'd like to see that.
That'd make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What would be terrifying a bit about him landing on the pitch is I wouldn't want him to like fly out and then like what happened at Leicester, it just starts spinning and falls to the ground and he's dead.
Well, I don't think that'd. I think the helicopter would have a separate space.
Yeah, I hope so.
Anyway, don't know if the players can't. I don't know the players' cars, but I don't know James Harper drove a pickup truck. Do you mean Steve Harper? Odd.
Got no idea who they're on about.
Very, very odd. Anyway, predicted scores. Ashley, will come to you first.
2-2.
2-2. Interesting one. Are you willing to predict goal scorers, or are you not willing to take that plunge?
I'll take the plunge. I think it'll be... Oh, damn, I just got scored against on Football Manager. Sorry about that. Stirk as well.
Is it a cold, wet Tuesday night?
It is raining.
Oh.
It is raining.
Is it in Stoke?
Yeah, it's at Bet365.
Raining in Stoke, what a surprise.
Yeah. Anyway, I think goal scorers, for us, I won't predict Reading. For us, I think Keane Lewis Potter will be one, and probably Sayed Manesh. Yeah,
I see that.
Well, I think Lewis Potter will score one, definitely, and then it'll either be Sayed Manesh or maybe Eves as a substitute.
Ooh, faith in Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Faith in Tom. For me, 2-1 win.
Will get a red card and get sent off. I don't think. I hope.
Ashley's face has just absolutely sank like a stone. For me, 2-1 win. Goal scorers will be George Honeyman and Aliyah Sayed Manesh. Keane Lewis Potter will get both assists.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No, James Harper, central midfielder. Ooh, interesting one. Kelpie's awful at selfies. I had one with him and he looked miserable.
It's because he was with you, that's why.
Lol, straight after a win as well. I think Small was gone from 30 yards just to annoy Ashley. Right, and on that note, I think we'll leave that one.
One of these days I'm going to be getting death threats from Lucas.
I think we'll leave that one there. Thank you very much, Ashley, for joining me for the last few minutes, and to Dean as well, who came in briefly. So everyone in chat across the whole thing, thank you very, very much. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow for the Matchday vlog, where hopefully it's another win. And I do have a giveaway. I promise I will end up giving this one away. I absolutely swear down I will give it away. Right. See you later, everyone. Take care. Up the Tigers. Goodbye.